Aloha students, I'm Joel Katz, your instructor for MUS 167, History of Popular Music, American Popular Music, but we do other countries too that of course influence things here. I want to give you an overview of how the course works, and so bear with me here. I'm setting this up. I'm returning to the textbook that I had used previously. I like the way it allocates time to the eras that I think are most important. So let me show you this here. The course exists in Llama Ku. So go to Llama Ku and you should see your courses listed here. And then I'll click on the 167. Eventually this video is going to be right here, but I'm making it now. So let me go over I made this little page here. This is how the course works, okay? We will have weekly modules. The module opens on Monday mornings, usually by 9 o'clock. And it will close at 11:59 p.m. the following Sunday. So what you need to complete during this time is any work because the deadline will turn off at 11:59. You should read the weekly chapter or chapters in our textbook, Rockin' in Time. Make sure you have the 9th edition, and I'll talk more about that in a moment. I just added a number by mistake. So we may do more than one chapter, but for the opening week, I'm just going to do the introduction. You should read my chapter discussion first before you take the quiz. So each week we'll have at least one discussion, and the discussion will match the chapter. So if we have 2 chapters, we may have 2 discussions. Okay, hope that makes sense. And you'll see those in the discussions tool in Llama Ku. I'll show you that in a second. When you participate in discussions, let me see if I have this up here, the grading rubric. This is, there should be a link to this too, but keep this in mind when you participate in your discussion. You're going to be graded on how much you participate, like just 1 sentence, 2 sentences, student did not comment, you're going to get probably a 0. You had some meaningful reference to things, and then if you have thoughtful, meaningful reference, a little bit subjective. And here, the quality of your post. So this is another 5 points. So there's 10 points total available in your discussions. So keep these in mind, okay? While I have this up, I'm going to show you this too. The other grading rubric I have, actually, let me just say the second one, is I'm going to call this the written response rubric. So this pertains mainly to the quizzes, where some of the questions will have a written response, like, what did you like about this song or something? And here you can see answers with clarity of thought, depth of reflection and insight, displays of basic knowledge. To level 1, where you're not going to get too many points, you fail to address the question, contains distracting grammar, spelling errors, and I want to mention this, AI. If you have AI nonsense in your discussions and questions, I'm going to ask you to explain it. More on that later. Moving back to this. So let me call this up again. I have too many screens. I think I covered this. Modules open Monday morning, close Sunday night. You're going to read the chapters in Rockin' in Time. You're going to respond to my discussions on the chapter using the chapter discussion grading rubric, and then you will take the quiz. You should read my discussion before you take the quiz, because in my discussions I regularly present a lot of links to songs and videos, and I may have questions on those. So watch the videos and the music in my discussions before you take the quiz. Get rid of that. For the first week, I'm going to click on this. I call it Introductions. Meet your instructor and introduce yourself. If you click on these, it should open. Here I'm introducing myself, and you can, I may change this, but maybe I'll start the thread, but just respond to me and give an introduction. It's really nice to have a picture of yourself too that you can put in, I believe, in your settings here, and don't do like an avatar of a cat or anything. Anyway, it's up to you. I would appreciate it if you would. Helps me connect with students since we are asynchronous. Moving back, acknowledge that you have read the syllabus. So this is in a separate discussion, the way I set it up, and it's graded. Just reply to my thread, say, I have read the syllabus and I understand it. If you don't understand something in it or have questions, please ask me. You can email me, and my info's up there. Joel Katz, my name, @hawaii.edu. Moving on. Read the introduction to Rockin' in Time, and here I put a link to that. So I'll talk to you about getting the book. If I've uploaded, I think, the introduction through chapter 2 here. It is copyrighted. I probably shouldn't do this, but just I want to make sure you don't fall behind, especially if some of you might enroll late for whatever reason. So anyway, this is the book, and it goes on and through chapter 2. Respond to my introduction chapter discussion. So this is a chapter discussion on chapter 1, and here you can just reply to me what I'm saying. And of course, your own thoughts on anything is great. And communicate with each other and respond is great too. And here's a direct link to the quiz that you'll take for it. Okay, so multiple choice, written response back here. So in the course, these are the ones you'll be using for the discussion tool, brings up the discussions. Quizzes brings up quizzes, there it is. You can check your grades and other things, but I'm not going to go into that now. That's Lamaku overall things. So that's this. Let me go over the syllabus now. I can find it. Let me start over here. Again, this video will appear here once I'm done. So here's the syllabus. Click on that, and it should open. I'm not going to repeat things I've said here, but I do want to show you the textbook section here. This should be a direct link too. I'm providing the beginning of the textbook for you. So here's some links of where you can get the book. I suggest that you get the electronic edition because it has a searchable text. So if I have a question that uses a term term, you can just use the search tool, and it'll bring you to instances in the textbook where it discusses that. It's a real time saver, I think. So here I'm suggesting, I sometimes don't have internet access where I stay. I'm out in the country here sometimes. So I found this link where I got it for $29.99, big savings. Anyway, I don't know if it's official, but I bought it and it's the real deal. So there's a link to that. That's the textbook. You know, read the syllabus. The course is online. We may have some weekly discussions, and I'll do over Zoom, and you can meet with me over Zoom if you'd like to talk about anything. What else here? I'm just repeating myself, but read the syllabus, and there's a lot of things in it that are important. But I think I've covered the way the course works, and again, to summarize, each week we have a module. Opens Monday morning, closes Sunday night, 11:59. Read my discussion first, because I'll have links to music in it that you may have questions on. Participate in the chapter discussion, respond to me, each other, and of course your own thoughts, not AI thoughts, but your own. And I'll probably know. Where else? And take the quiz. Anyway, it's a fun class. We have a good time. I don't want to work you too hard, but it's really about the music, and I'm really going to emphasize ways to present music to you that I think's important. Anyway, again, contact me if you need any assistance with anything in the course, and be disciplined in your schedule. Students who start the week on Sunday night tend to not do well in the course. There's exceptions, but, and keep aware of the deadlines. Aloha.